What's your biggest struggle at the moment?
Oh, finding world-class engineers. Anybody has 10 years experience in JavaScript and Scala, hit me up.
Yeah,
You'll be in good equity. We're seed funded, big opportunities. Give me a
yeah.
call.
There you go, guys. Hit me up. And I mean, I have to take my hat off to you as well. Obviously, when I signed up, I got an email, which initially I thought this is just one of those automated emails you get when you sign up. Hey, it's the CEO. Thanks for signing up. And I saw at the bottom there was your Skype ID, and I thought let me Skype him and see if it's for real. And before you know it, we were having a conversation back and forth, and I was like, you know what? Respect, I take my hat off to this guy because, it just kind of, I respected the openness and the willingness to kind of connect with the users, and though, your customers, your clients. And I think a lot of people can learn a lot from that. And, lo and behold, here we are having this conversation.
Yeah, so. I think that you hear a lot of horror stories in the startup world, and I mean, depending on what your business, maybe this is like in lead gen. Speaking to our customers wasn't really that important. I mean, our customers are basically like lead brokers. They're pretty much sharks anyway. But but it's not as important. Heck, I have like 5 or 10 lead brokers.
Yeah.
Even if I'm addicted to them, they're still gonna take my leads. Like. Yeah. But when you're lean startup, like we'll hammer this a lot. But when you're building a product that's like never been built before, that nobody actually knows what to do, everything's very intuitive based, right? Like there's nothing you can follow before because it's like never been done before. And talking to customers is like the most important way to actually help create your roadmap moving forward. And yeah, the lean startup, we'll talk about this a lot. But yeah. It's amazing, like the impact. So I recently did I wanted to get some reviews on a website that's like a directory site to help us get better rankings. And so I've sent out like a message and had this big kind of flow of reviews come in, and like I'm looking down the reviews, and like 80 or 90% of the people that reviewed are people that I've spoken to on the phone before. Right, like it's like really makes a big difference, right? Like like it will reduce your churn, it'll improve your conversions, it'll improve your referrals. Like it helps you understand what your customers do and helps you build a better product. It's just like invaluable, and so that's why I still spend a lot of time every day doing support and sales, even though I could hire somebody else to do it. It adds more value to us as a company based on all those things that I just told you than just purely like supporting a customer, right?
Yeah, I think for me as well, it says a lot about the brand, and that kind of leads into what I wanted to ask about in terms of your approach to branding. Obviously, I don't even know how I came across Process Streets. I can't remember how I came across it, but I saw it. It was for me. I signed up, started using it straight away, downloaded some of the templates, found them extremely useful. And then obviously, like I said, that email came through, and I was like, wow, we've made that connection now. You were happy to engage with me, which was great. And it said a lot about the brand itself, as a CEO, being willing to do that. So tell us a little bit about your approach to branding.
Yeah, honestly, branding is not something that I think about too much. And this is, maybe I have a bit of a kind of head block around this, but generally my perspective is that like branding is more for consumer than it is for B2B. Yeah. In general, we're more about direct marketing than we are about branding. And just because like, there's only generally one person in a company who's going to be like the decision maker for us. If it's a small to medium, if it's an enterprise, then there's, decision makers in different departments and different teams or whatever. But it's just like our reach for branding is not that great. Like our target market is like a very small specific market. It's not like we sell shoes or Coca-Cola or something. Like literally everybody in the world is a potential customer, right? Like they're not. Yeah. Firstly, you need to run a business, so you need to be a manager in a business. So that's like 0.1% of the world right there. And then you need to be specifically in operations, specifically need processes, specifically be like a knowledge worker in front of a computer. Blah, blah. It just like cuts down like that so much that just doing broad branding doesn't really, and if you kind of think about it, like how many big B2B companies do you know that do a lot of branding? Like IBM, maybe a little bit, HP, I don't know. Think about it. Like you can't really even name 10 companies that that are big B2B companies that do tons of branding. Oracle, maybe. Everybody else sells consumers. And so, yeah, it's not something that I've really focused on too much. I think that's something that we'll think about at a larger kind of scale. But I think from a smaller perspective, like, once somebody is exposed to Process Street, like as a user, or they're exposed to a piece of our content, the two kind of things that we want to get across is, customer happiness, customer service is really, really important to us. So we want to try and engage with our users as much, be as available to our users as much as possible, and try and like help them not just like with our product, but with their business, with their processes, with their systems as a whole. So that's something that we really focus on. And then the other thing that we like to try and position ourselves as are people that do use a lot of processes and systems ourselves internally. So we like to say we use our own product, and we use a lot of other products. We use all the different apps out there. We're big on productivity, big on systems, big on using like any of the available resources to improve efficiency, to increase automation, to improve quality. And so you'll see a lot of our content is around that. It's around productivity. It's around integrations and workflows and systemizing parts of your business, and really kind of help improve efficiency and automation to like save time and money for companies. And so that's like our main goal. We believe Process Street can help a lot of people do that, but not everybody. But if we can help people, just whether they use Process Street or not, implement systems, free up time, make more money, be less stressed, then we're happy.
Yeah.